from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Bad news and some good news on the unemployment front. Making sense of Henrico's moving COVID-19 positivity percentage, and a couple Henrico high schools will be on the move athletically in another year. We'll have details about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute for Friday, July 31st, 2020. It's brought to you today by the Henrico Area Mental Health.
And now for the news.
Some bad and good news on the unemployment front in Henrico County yesterday. Initial unemployment filings in the county rose for the third week in a row to a level not seen in more than 2 months, according to data released by the Virginia Employment Commission. A total of 1,281 people in Henrico filed first-time claims during the week of July 19th through 25th, according to the VEC. That's a 20% increase from the previous week. The last time that many Henricoans filed initial claims during a week was May 17th through 23rd, when a little more than 1,300 did. Statewide, first-time filings grew by about 13% from last week's figures. Now, in total, during the 19 weeks since the pandemic began, just more than 37,000 Henrico residents have filed initial claims. Yesterday's VEC data showed that only 13,817 had filed continuing claims, however, which indicates that many likely have returned to work even as new filings begin to rise again. It was the third straight week in which continuing claims in the county declined. Henrico ranked 10th statewide in the number of new filings during the most recent week. Typically, it's ranked between 6th and 9th on a week-by-week basis. Overall, it is ranked 8th among state localities in the total number of first-time filers since the pandemic began. Chesterfield County is 7th and Richmond is 4th. Well, for the first time in almost a week, the county's 7-day COVID-19 positivity percentage dropped below 7%. It fell from 7.2% to 6.2% July 26th. That's the most recent day for which that data is available. An uptick in testing during the past 2 weeks likely is the cause of the decrease. That increase includes Tuesday's edition of more than 3,500 backlog testing encounters reported by the Virginia Department of Health. Yesterday, the VDH reported 43 new cases of COVID and 1 new death in a person older than 80, as well as 2 new hospitalizations. The county's current 7-day positivity percentage actually now matches its overall positivity percentage during the entirety of the pandemic, with more than 56,000 tests having been conducted of county residents, according to the VDH. Each day, the VDH publishes a new batch of virus-related information, but the Citizen has observed that frequently it attributes additional data to those daily figures days, weeks, or even months later as that information is processed and becomes available. For example, on July 28th, the VDH reported that a total of 211 PCR tests had been conducted in Henrico on July 27th, but on the same day, the total number of PCR tests reported to have been conducted in Henrico overall increased by more than 3,800. Many of those newly reported test results apparently had been attributed to July 19th and July 22nd. Testing totals for those 2 days skyrocketed from less than 800 apiece to more than 1,200 and 1,500 respectively. And by yesterday, the number of PCR tests reported to have been conducted July 27th had already tripled from the original 211 to 633. In part to account for those regular changes, according to VDH officials, the 7-day positivity percentage intentionally lagged several days behind the initial reporting of new information. For example, the 7-day percentage reported yesterday takes into consideration all tests and results from July 20th through 26th. In theory, that allows time for any additional data to be included so that the 7-day figure represents the most accurate snapshot of that period. The positivity percentage is calculated across a 7-day window because some test results take that long to be returned, according to VDH.
As we all strive to do our part during this extraordinary time, Henrico Area Mental Health serves as your local and public mental health agency, continuing to do its part. We all experience mental health challenges, especially during extreme, challenging times.
It doesn't matter your age, gender, race, or ethnicity. Each person is affected differently. If you're a resident of Charles City, New Kent, or Henrico counties, and you, a family member or friend or someone you know, may need someone to talk to about the mental health challenges being experienced.
Do your part and call us at 804-727-8515. That's 804-727-8515. We're here to help. Remember, mental health is good health. Call Henrico Area Mental Health at 804-727-8515. That number again is 804-727-8515.
This message comes to you from Henrico County CSB Prevention Services.
4 Henrico County students were among the 28 Virginia high school students announced recently as recipients of Comcast NBC Universal's Leaders and Achievers Scholarship Program scholarships. Students were selected for their community service, academic performance, and leadership skills. The local winners were Faria Alam and Angelmai Trong of Tucker High School, Naomi Nichols of Deep Run High, and Marina Rashdi of Godwin. The award is a one-time $2,500 scholarship to be used toward undergraduate education-related expenses. A new Far West End senior living community has opened its sales office. The Westmont at Short Pump Sales Gallery opened earlier this month. The $40 million senior community will be located at the corner of North Gayton Road and Pouncey-Tract Road in Short Pump. It features 123 studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments for independent living, assisted living, and memory care. It will employ about 150 people. The facility will include a library, a theater, billiards and game rooms, a coffee shop, a fitness and wellness center, and courses provided through RUI University. That's the owner and operator of the facility. For details, you can visit rui.net/the-Westmont. Well, the Virginia High School League yesterday announced plans that will drop 2 Henrico County high schools down a level for athletic competition beginning in the fall of 2021. Henrico and Varina high schools will drop from Class 5 Region B to Class 4 Region B. They'll be joined in that move by 2 other local schools, Atlee and Matoaka. The moves are made based on school enrollment totals.